Namaste. Today I would like to talk to you all about a skin concern that affects a lot of people worldwide, and that is hyperpigmentation or darkening of the skin. I will be discussing a couple of causes of what causes the darkening of the skin, as well as what is the treatment options available so that we can prevent the skin from getting darker or prevent skin darkening or hyperpigmentation, but also how we can treat it and lightening and brightening the skin as well. Welcome to Beauty and Colorful Tales. I'm Yolandi, a qualified somatologist, and on this platform of mine, I share anything beauty, skincare, or nail care related. So if you haven't yet, feel free to like and subscribe to join us on a journey of a healthy, glowing, radiant skin. Before we have a look and see what's the causes as well as treatment options available, let's quickly have a look and see what is pigmentation or hyperpigmentation, darkening of the skin. Now, this happens when the melanocytes, which is a cell in the skin, that produces or overproduces melanin, which is the pigment in the skin. So because it overproduces, certain areas appear darker than other areas in the skin. And this is all due to factors like your genetics, your environment, internal and external factors. These all play a role in how our skins react with the melanocytes in it and how it produces pigment and all of that. Let's quickly have a look to see what is the causes of hyperpigmentation or darkening of the skin. The biggest culprit of our hyperpigmentation or darkening of the skin is UV radiation or an excessive amount of exposure to it. And unfortunately, we are exposed to UV radiation on a daily basis. We are getting the UV radiation from our phones, laptops, computers, the fluorescent lights above our heads in the offices. And if you're working in an office or even just being indoors, you've got the UV rays coming through the glass windows. And then lastly, from the sun outside when we are outdoors. Then we've got genetics. Now, genetics play a big role in how our skins work, what it looks like, and all of that, like we've seen in all the previous videos as well. If you haven't seen those yet, you can go and have a look at those. So our genetics play a big role. So if you look at your parents, your grandparents, if they've had a lot of freckles, if they've had any other type of pigmentation concerns, the probability of you getting it is just as high as what they've got it, unless you take very good preventative steps not to get that. Strange enough, trauma or inflammation on the skin causes hyperpigmentation or darkening of the skin. Now, this generally happens when you've had a bruise, whether you've had any cuts or abrasions, whether you've had any acne lesions, where there's a lot of inflammation in the skin. This causes the skin to produce an excess amount of melanin, causing the skin to darken in those specific spots. Another big one is hormonal changes. Now, this is something that we will all go through at some point in our lives. We go through puberty. If you're female, pregnancy, menopause, even taking contraceptive medication, and there is some other medication also that can cause pigmentation as well on the skin. But these are the main things that usually cause a pigmentation called melasma. Now, melasma looks like a butterfly on the face, as it is exactly from one side to the other side. You've got the pigmentation or the darker spots on the skin. And this is just purely caused by hormonal imbalances. Now, another one that we cannot run away from is aging. Now, as we age, our skins tend to show little sunspots, or otherwise known as liver spots. And this is just due to an excessive amount of exposure when we were younger, lying in the sun, sunbathing, exposed to the sun frequently because we are playing sports outdoors. And this just happens as we age. And this is something that we cannot prevent, really. Now that we know what is the causes of hyperpigmentation or darkening of the skin, let's have a look at the different treatment options available to prevent as well as treat the hyperpigmentation or the darkening of the skin. The first thing that we need to do is making sun protection as well as wearing a big hat, our BFFs. We want to protect ourselves from excessive UV exposure as much as possible. Now, I know that when you are working in an office, you cannot exactly go and work with a big hat on your head. So SPF is an important product that needs to be applied every single morning. It doesn't matter what the weather looks like, and it doesn't matter whether you are exposed to direct sunlight or not. You need to wear your sun protection. And no, the sun protection that is in your makeup that you wear on a daily basis is not enough. That is a very low factor and it only helps to protect you for a little bit. So you need to wear a good SPF of about 30 to 50 underneath your makeup that you apply during the day. Topical treatments are also available. Now, this is something that you would either purchase over the counter or it is something that is prescribed by a dermatologist or a somatologist for you. These products usually contain ingredients like retinoids or retinol, your vitamin C, as well as alpha hydroxy acids, or otherwise known as your AHAs. These just help to, especially your retinols or your retinoids and your AHAs, they usually just stimulate the exfoliation process of the skin, helping to remove the top layer of dead skin cells, which is the outermost layer of the skin, just a very, very thin layer. And that because of them exfoliating the skin, it forces your skin to produce new skin cells, more brighter, healthier skin cells. And then your vitamin C also just helps to brighten up your skin. Now, for getting a lot out of your SPF, you would combine your vitamin C together with your sun protection. Now, when you use these two products together, and I don't mean together in the sense of going and mixing them in your hand and applying them, you would use your vitamin C serum and then your moisturizer as well as your sun protection cream afterwards. These two work hand in hand together. The one is brightening, but it also helps to make your SPF last longer on the skin. It just enhances the properties of your SPF that you are wearing. I just love chemical peels, and the reason for this is because you can almost see instant results. Now, the instant results I'm talking about is having a fresher, healthier, more glowing skin. For pigmentation, you do need a couple of treatment sessions to help and minimize the pigmentation in the skin. And this is only done by qualified dermatologists and somatologists, not something to be done at home on your own, because you don't always know what to look out for during the treatment as well as what to do afterwards. You do need the guidance of someone qualified to help you through the process. Another one of my favorite treatments to do is called microdermabrasion. And I love it because you basically see instant results similar to your chemical peels. It is a very non-invasive, gentle way of removing the dead skin cells from the surface of the skin. For pigmentation, you would need a lot of treatments because of it being non-invasive, so it doesn't really work on the deeper layers of the skin, but you do also need to have a very good home care routine followed with this. So for pigmentation, it does work, but it will take a lot longer than all the other treatments I've mentioned. Another amazing treatment is laser therapy. Now, I kind of love and hate this. I love it because you can see really good results, and I kind of hate it because certain skin colors, especially on the darker skin colors, need to be really, really careful when going for these treatments because it can cause burns on the skin, causing more pigmentation, and we don't want that. We want nice, clear, pigmentation-free, if I could put it like that, skins. And this is literally only done by a qualified somatologist or an esthetician, as well as dermatologist. You've got two options, which is your fractional laser, and then you've also got your IPL, which is your intense pulsed light. Once again, just be careful when you go for these options because the person needs to be really knowing their machine and what they can and can't do and who they can and can't treat. And lastly, we would be looking at cosmeceuticals, which is products that you would apply on your skin working on a cellular level. Now, they would contain either something like your niacinamide, kojic acid, as well as licorice extract. They just help to promote a healthy skin as well as treat and prevent pigmentation as well. In conclusion, pigmentation, hyperpigmentation, darkening of the skin is treatable. But you need to understand what the causes are to be able to know what treatment options to follow to get the best results at the end of the day. And it is a very good option to go and speak to a dermatologist, a esthetician, or a somatologist to get a tailor-made routine treatments as well as products to use at home to get the best results for a healthy, glowing skin. Remember that consistency is key. You need to follow a good home care routine with your skincare products, as well as go for regular treatments with a qualified dermatologist, esthetician, or dermatologist to help and prevent as well as treat your hyperpigmentation, pigmentation, or darkening of the skin. Thank you for watching. If there's anything else that you would like to learn about skincare or beauty, just leave them in the comments below for me. And if you haven't yet, feel free to like and subscribe so that you can join us on a skincare journey of healthy, radiant, and glowing skin. I'll see you in the next one.